ATM stolen out of the store, and he says his car was vandalized while parked at the store.
And the gun haters of this country want to still ban guns. Let me just ask a quick question to one of these fairies out here. If someone came in and stole all of your Hello Kitty collection or all of your Beanie Babies, something that just means the most to you, would you shoot someone over it? The answer is probably yes. So just don't get upset when people actually want to protect their property. Oh, we got an amazing video for y'all today, but before we get started, big thanks to Sonoran Desert Institute for sponsoring this video. If you haven't heard of Sonoran Desert Institute or SDI, it's an online school that helps students learn the skills and techniques they'll need to be successful in the firearms industry, like their certificate in firearms technology, gunsmithing. If you're looking to take your hobby to the next level, Sonoran Desert Institute can help. The online programs at SDI cover armor programs, gunsmithing, ballistics, woodworking and finishes, shooting, sports management, and more. Also, materials are shipped to your door for hands-on practice. Also, SDI is accredited by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission, the DEAC. So there's a link below to find out more about SDI's programs, or call 480-999-4767 to get started today. And thanks again to Sonoran Desert Institute for sponsoring this video. Oh man, everyone, this one really just makes me happy. So if you live in a super rural town, you probably don't understand this unless you watch the news, but our major cities in the US are fucked. Yeah, I cuss a decent amount, but there's really not a better word for the atmosphere of these places. And one of the reasons why I know this is I live in a super small town. And the other day I go into the gas station to get a drink, and the cashier looks super mad. And I'm always aware of my surroundings, so I asked her, I was like, what's going on? What's wrong? She goes, well, my boss is gonna get super mad at me because we had 2 drive-offs. I said, what the fuck is a drive-off? Well, you can choose the option on the pump to pay later or prepay or something along those lines. So they can start pumping without paying and then they can just come in. And I said, well, that's fucking stupid. Who came up with that? And she said, well, I know, but 2 people selected the option, filled their tank up, and then just left. And I said, one, well, whoever made this rule at your gas station is kind of asking for it, especially in the environment that we are in right now. But 2, like, have you not watched the news? Have you not watched how much crime is going on? And I live in a super small town. Just imagine how bad it is in a major city like Philadelphia. So let's get on to this because this is just outstanding. There's a gas station owner who decided to hire just a bunch of armed guards. I really have never heard of their company, and I don't know how good they are as far as actually protecting things, but if they're not stupid and they actually know how to use their weapons, they're gonna be effective, right? It's a gas station, it's not an army base. This guy's gas station has gotten ransacked. Just stealing crap out of his store, like they don't care. Why? How does that happen? Well, because people have no moral values nowadays, because the economy is fucked, because a dollar doesn't go as far nowadays, and because the police take a long-ass time to show up to calls. Perfect storm.
So the store manager says that he had to do something more than call 911. And most customers, I'll tell you, that I talked to this evening on and off camera say that they support this, but there were a few who say they don't believe this is the right approach.
I love it. So we got the first individual they interviewed. And let me just start by saying, you're an idiot.
This is supposed to be a city, right? And you got the kids walking around. Guns like this should be on the battlefield.
Do you live in the city, sir?
Well, these guns look like they should be on the battlefield.
You know, little Joey, that's a 14-year-old hood rat that lives next door to you, he's got 6 of those guns. You know what he does? He goes out and he sells crack rock at night. So don't feed me this crap of, oh, we got kids running around and, you know, there's guns and what kind of impression is that going to leave on them? No, shut up. Now let's listen to the owner. And it's kind of hard to understand him, but at least he appreciates the Second Amendment. We'll just say that.
They're tired from this all nonsense. Robbery, drug trafficking, racketings, all kind of hanging around all gangs.
ATM stolen out of the store. And he says his car was vandalized while parked at the store.
Imagine that. Imagine someone coming into your store and just dragging an ATM out of there. Now, I know that a lot of these ATMs are privately owned, right? So the store owner doesn't necessarily own the ATM. It may be privately owned from a dude who just wants to make some side income. But they also make your store a target, right? There's not much that can't be broken into nowadays. And these dudes just walk into a store, oh, fuck, they got an ATM here. Why don't we just drag it out and go have a few beers and just open it up? So they actually interview one of the guys. I'm not going to comment on it because it just doesn't seem extremely professional. I don't know if I would trust this individual with guarding my store. But like I said in the beginning, they've got guns, and if they aren't absolutely stupid, that's enough.
We wear Kevlar. We are trained. My guys go to training every other week. They're proficient with this. They're proficient with their taser. They know the laws.
Andre Boyer is the chief of the company.
As a Pennsylvania state agent, that's what it says. The law tells us that we have a right to protect this property in any means necessary.
So then we have an individual in the store that says that he's against having these armed guys at this gas station. Who gives a fuck about your opinion? If I want to have armed guys around my house, the only person I have to answer to about that is God. It's my property. So why does your opinion matter? But for the sake of this, let's just listen to it.
This man told employees he's against it. I asked Patel about it. They feel like using guns, you know, when we have such a big problem with guns in the city, is not the right message.
And that's not a right. I understand that, but according to some people, violent people, they carry the gun. Then they're not afraid then, and this is the protection for neighborhood and the customers.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Clearly this dude isn't from America, but he understands America. He understands the reason why most Americans carry guns, because criminals don't care about gun laws. So I think this is a good message to all of the woke DAs out there. Lock people up who commit actual crimes.